Good morning, everyone. Today is July 14th, 2025. Um, the title of today's message is Assistance in Training. And the story is going to be really about Moses, Joshua, and the ring of influence that we sometimes forget that we have in other people's lives. Um, it's kind of about being so focused on your family unit that you forget about the outside influence you have in individuals' lives. So there's a reality that I've witnessed lately where many families believe if you are not in the direct unit of circle, you're not part of their tribe. I see where people are rejected because they don't fit in with the original clan. They focus so much on the bloodline instead of the love line. The words say blood is thicker than water, but it is also said you can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends. Moses and Joshua is my example for today. I was just wondering, where on earth was Moses' children in this journey of the wilderness? What is his ring of influence in their lives? And then I read an interesting account in Exodus 18:5. Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, together with Moses' sons and wife, came to him in the wilderness, where he was camped near the mountain of God. And Jethro had sent word to him, I, your father-in-law, Jethro, am coming to you with your wife and her two sons. Her two sons, not Moses' two sons. Apparently, there was no desire for them to follow Moses' ways, as many of the children in the Bible. Esau walked away from his birthright over a bowl of stew. Eli the prophet's sons were very greedy and evil. But there was an apprentice or an assistant, Samuel, who was dedicated to him, who desired his training. We hear nothing about Moses' children, but we hear about a young man named Joshua. Joshua became an assistant to Moses pretty early in his walk. Joshua saw something in Moses he wanted to be around and learn from Moses. Moses entrusted much to Joshua. If you remember, Joshua went into the promised land to explore with the 12 spies. And Joshua and Caleb were the two that had returned with good news, while the other 10 groups were, woe is me, there's giants in the land. Joshua was the one who eventually entered the promised land. Moses didn't. But that doesn't mean Moses' relational influence wasn't huge in the eyes of Joshua. In Exodus 33:11, we read, the Lord would speak to Moses face to face, as one speaks to a friend. And then Moses would return to the camp, but his young aide, Joshua, son of Nun, did not leave the tent. You see, Joshua wanted to know the Lord in the same manner that Moses knew the Lord. He was hanging out at that tent, trying to get the same relationship with the Lord as Moses. In Numbers 27:18, we read, so the Lord said to Moses, take Joshua, son of Nun, a man in whom the spirit of leadership, and lay your hands on him. Deuteronomy 34:9 says, now Joshua, son of Nun, was filled with the spirit of wisdom, because Moses had laid his hands on him. And so the Israelites listened to him and did what the Lord had commanded Moses. I think sometimes we focus so much on the bloodlines when we instead should focus on the love lines. People will show you their love by how they treat you. Pay attention. Don't hate on them. But understand that if someone only shows up when things are good, when they're looking for the greatest handout, when they need something, perhaps it's time to pay attention. Pay attention to the ones who are there when they don't need a thing, when they don't have anything to gain, except your knowledge and wisdom in knowing the Lord. Pay attention for the one who shows up when there's nothing to gain, or really that you are the true future assistants. Just like Joshua, he didn't leave Moses. He stayed at the tent knowing Moses knew the Lord, and Joshua wanted to know the Lord too. Sometimes I think we focus so much on determining our influence on people who don't want to be influenced. They just want to do it their way. And that's okay. They will eventually come to that point. But who are your assistants out there who are actually looking to you for your influence in your walk with the Lord? Have a blessed day.